Hello, my name is Michael Ramos, and I have been in the real estate world for, my entire life. My family and I have done it all and seen more from real estate sales, construction, and property inspections. And in all this time, what fascinates me the most about this industry are the people and how they changed their dreams into realty success.
This program is brought to you by City Home Inspectors, your one-stop shop for all your home inspection needs.
All right, hello everyone, and thank you for tuning into this week's episode of From Dreams to Realty Success, where we share inspiring stories of the top achievers of the real estate industry. Today we have Khalila Adams.
Hi.
Khalila Adams is a licensed realtor at Realty. Khalila has been licensed for 4 years here in the state of Illinois. She also has an amazing social media presence where she does videos with her husband and family. And she's known for her hard work when it comes to both buyers, sellers, and investing into her own properties. Khalila, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I truly appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah, it was great. I know our schedules collided, but we finally got it in. So I'm very happy that to have you. And I know you and every single realtor right now is extremely busy. So whenever I whenever I can get you guys for 30 minutes, I know 30 minutes in real estate time is a long time.
Yes, it is.
I do appreciate it when I get you guys in.
Nope, I appreciate you taking the time to interview me.
So we're gonna go back. We're going back 4 years. We're gonna go back in time a little bit, and I wanted to know what were you doing before you decided to get into real estate?
So just a little backstory about me. I've always been in real estate. I started in the real estate industry when I was 19, working for a property management company that was also a condominium conversion company. So that's how I first got into real estate, and I really, really loved the whole flipping concept, which is what they really did. So I always knew eventually I would get my license. But I worked in property management on and off in between that time, so age 19, and I'm now 40. So before I got my sales license, I was working in a property management office as a leasing consultant, and just decided to get my sales license.
I always tell people the same thing. Like, yeah, I've been in it my whole life. You know, my mom was a realtor when I was growing up. So my whole thing is, my name is Michael Ramos, and I've been in the industry for my entire life. You know, it's just a part of us. So was it like somebody that was already that got you into that job, or it was something you fell upon and then you just fell in love with it?
So yeah, actually, a friend of the family was a lender, and so he was flipping property, and he was also into property management as well. And he kind of got me in through connects that he had, and I just never stopped. So I actually started out as a temp for property management offices, so just admin work here and there. And then just being in it every day, I started to see how it all worked and kind of just fell in love with it and never stopped.
Okay. So, I mean, like normally the next question is like, what have you learned from that job that helps you today? But I mean, you were doing the real estate, so so it all helped you.
I can't elaborate on that because what actually really, really pulled me in was working for the condominium conversion company, just seeing how they started with the small 4-unit building and grew their company to a global company where they actually convert high-rise buildings into condominium buildings all around the world. And then I would have to say that I think they're one of the first companies that actually reversed that and turned condominiums into rental buildings, because as you know, things evolve, things change. So it went from people wanting to buy to millennials wanting to rent because they don't want to commit. So they started that, and they also started the whole hotel trend. So kind of like Airbnb before it was Airbnb. So it was a lot of things that they did that I saw and picked up on that I just fell in love with and was just moved by it.
So like the innovation. So this was a small company that grew.
Yep. Small family company. It was 2 brothers, and they brought in their father, who was the construction manager. They brought in their mom, and like just the entire family. It was a family business, and it just exploded.
I love it. I love it. I love when family businesses make it. It's amazing. It's great. So, so what made you decide to go with Caremark?
So Carrie Jo Little, who is the managing broker, she is amazing. Mainly a lot like your mom, Baxty, just a wealth of knowledge and passion for the industry and the business. And when you meet Carrie, you see it. It like spews from her pores. She loves what she does. She is a wealth of knowledge. And I was actually at taking one of my classes so that I obviously can get my license. And she was one of the educators. And I just instantly got connected with her and how she handled things. And I approached her after, asked her a few questions. I was actually working for another brokerage prior to switching to her. No bad blood with the other agency. It was just, it was something about Carrie. And I just wanted to be educated in the industry. And I felt like it was a good match for me because she's constantly educating us. There is not a single day that goes by that she doesn't put something out there to educate her, not only her brokers, but the world. Like she's all over YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, everything.
Because I do see that with a lot of people when they take on apprentices, and that's in any industry. They're still more like it's about me, and and they'll help you as much as they can, but they won't give you everything.
Well, she gives us every.
When you find a mentor that's willing to give you everything, you gotta really stick with it. And then too, especially when it comes to brokerages, I mean, people do it all the time. They're gonna switch brokerages, to what I mean. This one's closer to me, or this one gives me a little more, or what have you. So that's awesome. Yeah, I need to get into your office. I don't think I've presented there yet.
Yeah, you definitely should. I mean, it's an awesome brokerage, and we all try to be close and get together. Like we want to do more. We were just talking about getting together and doing more things as a brokerage, but we're also very busy, and that's important to teamwork and coming together. So that's what we're working on now, just trying to meet up more. We're always on Zoom with her, but getting after COVID, getting together physically is our goal.
So before we got started, me and you spoke a little bit, and then you told me that you're also an investor. Can you tell? So I obviously that came from your past job and everything like that. So you kind of had a mind for it. Can you tell us some of the things that you look for when you're looking at an investment property?
Yeah, of course. The first thing I look for is if it's even worth touching. So obviously, you want to make sure that it's going to have a good return on your investment. And also, I look at location. I look at what type of flip it's going to be. So is it going to be a buy and hold? Meaning, am I going to just flip it and rent it out, or am I going to flip it and then sell it? So that's important. Also, a lot of my learning experiences came from failure, not doing proper research. So I think that's a bonus. While it may sound bad, it's a bonus to learn from error. And one of the things that I learned that a lot of people should pick up on is where they're buying. There are a lot of village requirements and laws and regulations where you can't do certain things. And it's tough when you find that out after you've purchased the property and then you're stuck. So that's one of the major things that I picked up from flipping properties is just doing your education, doing your research, getting educated about the areas that you're purchasing in, and just having a plan, drawing it all out. Don't just jump into it. Do your research. Make sure it's worth the investment and the time.
So if somebody, let's say that they were moving into a suburb, just to drop one, I would say Maywood. If they were trying to jump into that area and they didn't know like how to research the area, what would you say would be like a good start to getting to know?
A good start is to call the village. Ask them what their village requirements are for flips, if they allow flips. And then if they do, because some villages actually have a requirement where if you're flipping the property, you have to hold the property for 6 months before you can even sell it. So there are many different things that um, different municipalities have in place for flippers because they know it's a big thing now. So I would definitely contact the village, get their building requirements, get their permit requirements, see what their regulations are. And then the other thing is I would definitely do a return on investment spreadsheet and just make sure that it's worth the actual investment, what you're paying for the actual property, how much it's going to cost to flip it, also incorporating a cushion for the unexpected. And then if you're actually going to make money off of that flip, if things don't go according to plan.
So you said that you learned from failure, right? So what like when it came to the flippings and these municipalities, what are some of the stop signs that affected you that made you learn this lesson?
First, so one of my properties, the day that I closed on the property, I went straight to the municipal office. I took a tray of cookies, because I want to make sure that they take care of me when it comes to scheduling those permits and inspections. And they dropped the ball on me that, hey, wait, you can't start working there until I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was something about the property being a historical property because the year that it was built. Yeah, exactly. So there were certain things that I couldn't do in it, and I had my whole plan. I had worked with my general contractor. We had our scope of work ready to knock walls down and everything the day that we closed, and we basically was told we can't do anything until we filled out certain paperwork. And also we had to do a pre-inspection before we even started so that they can see what we were doing inside as far as moving walls or if we had to add certain things because it was a historical property.
So yeah, so that wow, yeah, I couldn't imagine like that you have to keep the original everything and
Fortunately, there were some things that they allowed us to do, like, for example, in order for one of the rooms to be considered an actual bedroom, we had to widen the window. They actually let us do that, which was a structural thing. And usually with the historical building, you're not allowed to make any structural changes like that, but they did approve that, luckily. But outside of that, there were still a lot of things that we couldn't do that I personally had in mind before I purchased the property.
we talked about a failure. Let's talk about one of your successes. What was one of your best investment opportunities that you just knocked it out of the park?
I would say one of my best was it was a little small ranch in Joliet. It was fun. Um, it was quick, literally in and out in 2 weeks. So I would have to say that was one where we had a plan, we went in, but again, location makes a difference. It was in Joliet, Illinois, so the rules and regulations aren't as strict as the other property, which was in Lamont, um, which is a smaller village. So literally went in with our scope, closed, knocked walls down that day, um, and just had a 2 week plan. And I think we were maybe 2 days overdue when we were done.
In 2 weeks, you finished all your remodeling and had it back on the market?
Yep, my GC had it done in, I would say, 2 weeks and 2 days.
Wow. Wow, that's amazing.
Yes.
So, are you doing any investment properties at the moment?
Currently, no, but I am looking. It's a tough market. It's not, there's not a lot of inventory right now, and I'm not just going to jump. I've learned the hard way from just jumping into things. So I'm not going to jump into another property without doing my research, of course. So in doing research, if it's my golden rule is if it's not giving you at least $20,000 when you sell it, it's not worth it.
Yeah, it's amazing. So from there, what do you like more? Do you like being the seller, or do you I mean the agent, or do you like being the investor? What is the bigger passion for you?
I honestly, that's a hard question, but if I had to choose, if like I just had to choose one, I do love the development side of things. I like seeing the before and after. So I would have to say that my passion probably lies more in the investor area, but I do have a passion for people as well, which is why I'm a realtor, why I enjoy what I do on that side. So there's a little bit of both, but if I had to choose, I'd say I enjoy being an investor. Yeah.
For people today, I hear a lot of people that say, like, oh, I'm waiting for the market to crash, or I don't. Yeah, I'm like, that's the don't ever like. I can't talk to you if you want that. Like, that's evil. You're evil.
Yes, exactly. You're right.
So, but or they'll be like, oh, I'm not ready to buy, and I'm like, well, have you talked to, a lender? Have you gotten, checked to see what you need to do? And, a lot of people say no. So, what would you say to someone that would say like, I want to buy a house, but I don't know if right now is the time for me?
Honestly, what I always say is no time is a good time and no time is a bad time. It's when you're actually ready. So when you have the funds to purchase a property, why wait? We can't predict what the market's going to do tomorrow, next week, next month. We can speculate, But you never know. A pandemic could happen and change the whole market. And look what COVID did. It didn't even change the market for the worst. It actually changed it for the better because agents are busy. So I don't like people to wait for something to happen because you just never know what may happen. You know, things change every day.
And then if a crash can, affect your job, it could affect the neighborhood. So who knows? Like, don't wish for crashes, people. That's all I'm saying. Okay, we don't need this.
When we have crashes, the people that benefit from that are those that already have properties and a bunch of money that they can sit on. They're probably not even working a day-to-day job like us normal people are. So to say you're waiting on a crash could actually be bad and have a negative effect rather than a positive effect for us commoners, you know?
Right. So from there, I wanted to kind of talk about your social media that you do with your husband. So you want to kind of explain your what you guys do on there?
Yeah, so we just first of all, our social media is us. Like we like to have fun and we like to have cocktails and wine. So we were like, why don't we just film the two of us actually partaking? So we do what we call tastings, where we compare two drinks and we decide which one is better. And obviously, people like it because I get people walking up saying, "Your videos are so funny. You guys are hilarious." It's really my husband. I'm not the funny one. He's the funny one.
He pulls it out of you, huh?
Yes, yes, definitely. Which is one of the reasons why I married him because he's so funny.
That's what it is, you know. We make you laugh so you keep your eyes closed so you don't see what we really look like.
So, right.
It's like if she's always laughing, she'll never know how ugly I am.
Oh man.
So that's great. Yeah. So so do you guys put that on YouTube or anything, or is it just on your on your personal Facebooks?
Yeah, we actually have a YouTube channel called The Adams Clan, and we also post on Facebook. We have a Instagram page as well, The Adams Clan, and on Facebook we're Adams Familia. So
Oh, Familia. I like that. Sounds good. So, other than real estate and investment, which is of course a huge passion of yours, is there anything else that drives you or that you're passionate about that outside of work?
yeah, I love to travel. I love my family. We have a 12-year-old daughter who's very athletic, so we love supporting her and watching her in her sports. I think one thing we like to do collectively as a family is travel. So that next to my family and real estate, travel is next on the list for me.
Okay. So, what are some of your top destinations when you go?
Hands down, Hawaii. Hawaii is my favorite. Yes.
How many times have you gone?
We will be going for a second time in May of this year. We have friends there, so we're fortunate in that way where we can go visit more often than we probably would if we didn't have friends there. But this will, like I said, be our second time going. Last time we visited in 2019 before COVID. Um, and this time we're going to just spend a little extra time there and get to know the island a little more.
Awesome. Oh, that's great. Yeah, so from there, that's pretty much all I had from you. This is a really good one. Your insight on investing. No one has really talked about getting into those municipals and finding out if you are investing, that how to invest. So you need to take that time to think about that and to make sure you call the village and everything there. So that was really good.
If there is anyone out there that's looking to invest, I did write an ebook on investing. It's actually called Building Wealth Through Real Estate. And it just gives some pointers on pretty much the same thing we discussed and things to look out for so you don't actually have the same mistake or make the same mistakes that I made when I was investing.
So that'll definitely be in the description, everybody. So if you want to go ahead and look for that, we'll have a link for that as well, so you can you can get more tips in her writing versus our talking. So from there, I will give you this opportunity to go ahead and let everybody know what is the best way to reach out to you if they wanted to contact you.
Yes, of course. Always available by phone. I will put my phone number on blast, 773-704-8629. I also have social media, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. You can find me by just typing in Khalila Adams CEO, and you will find me on all of those platforms. And also I can be emailed at Khalila@KhalilaAdams.com. A lot of my name.
Well, hey, you got it all like mapped out. I can't put my name on anything because my name's so common, you know. So for a while I was just putting a Y instead of an I. It's like that makes me a little bit more different from every other mic.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, awesome. This was a great podcast. Thank you so much for your time. I said at the beginning, whenever you can pull these realtors away for 30 minutes, be grateful because they're very busy, especially right now with everything that's going. I mean, like I said, I saw somebody that they listed a house, and within 2 hours they got 10 offers.
Yes.
So it's an insane market. It's very busy. So I'm gonna release Khalila so she can go and make some more money. Thank you everybody for tuning in. This is Dreams to Realty Success, and we are here with Khalila Adams.
Thanks. Thanks for having me.